What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here to bring you some exciting news today. We are getting going on a project. I got bored the other night and just started working. So let's go take a look and figure out what that is. All right, we're gonna jump right into it. What do I have in the net? Some of you guys probably know. This is one of the festae. I went ahead and got rid of the big male festae, and now we just put the female, which is the more vibrant red colored cichlid of the two, in here in a 1,000 gallon to give this some variety and color. She's a little stressed right now because I just grabbed her with a net, but once she fires up, you guys seen how beautiful this fish is. So I think it's actually going to add a little bit of pizzazz and, you know, variety to this tank, which is looking really, really good. We've got the green terror, which is all fired up, looking beautiful. The flagtails in here, pretty awesome. You've got the contrast of black and white with the red tails and all the eels and all these dark colored fish. And then we just added in this red festae. And once the other green terror heals up, I will add the other green terror in here, along with a red tiger motag, which I think will be pretty awesome. Jumping back over here to quarantine. You guys remember these catfish came in the last video, and they were a little bit beat up. Moved them with sock nets, but these guys are all starting to heal up nice. I'm starting to see fin growth back on some of the ones that messed up their tail fins, but they are settling in nicely. Going through quarantine nicely. They didn't get too beat up, so I'm happy about that. And that guy, he had some cloudy eye and messed up front nose, but he is looking good. You can see him there. So they've got still a whole 3 weeks to go through quarantine before we go ahead and put them in their prospective new homes. But like I said in the last video, there is 10 FX6s on this tank alone, so there is plenty enough filtration for us to overload this tank like it is. This is temporary, just for quarantine, just for a few weeks, guys. So don't get up in arms, please. We do know what we're doing. We have many, many years of experience. This guy is healing up too. There were some terracotta pots in here, which we took out, and he actually scraped himself on it. So poor guy, but that was my own fault for leaving them in. I didn't think they would scrape themselves on it, but definitely some beautiful catfish here. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on that. And then we're going to pan over here, and we're going to start talking about my project. So you guys know we're trying to set up these quarantine racks. I still have to fix this tank. Pretty amazing. We got these tanks set up. You just see me clear out that bottom 75. So the idea behind all of this, basically when you walk in this room, this whole line of tanks is all for quarantine, with the exception of the two Bellagio tanks on our right. And then we have the ABBA in this tank right here, which, you know, in time, he will probably get moved, but for now, he is okay in the 110 as a solo fish. This whole line is nothing but quarantine. Looking over here, we have this 450. Some of you guys might notice, yes, I resealed this puppy. So I got in there, you guys know, I cut all the silicone out, and I made a little joke about Slow Joe. I've been taking my time with it, but she is sealed. I went ahead, put a brand new bead of silicone in the back corner, this whole bottom, and then this back corner over here as well. We went ahead and got the lights out that were sitting on top of the 750, put them in here. So these are on lights on with the timer. So when we turn the fish tank lights on, these go on. And if you guys can see this front corner, I did a hellacious bead of silicone here. I did tape these front corners because this is the first thing that you will see. You will see how thick this line is. So I wasn't too worried about making this pretty because the rest of the silicone in here does not look very pretty. It was not taped off, but it will hold. So I went ahead and taped this front corner to make this look presentable. And this is a huge wide bead of silicone that is between 1/2 and 3/4 inch thick, and it is a fillet. So what that means is I basically took a round container like this, and I jammed this corner full of silicone after I scraped it a second time with a razor blade. After I went back with the rubbing alcohol, I was then ready. I taped it, and then actually I used that blue tube right there, which is a little bit bigger than this. So I always check if we have basically a corner, which where can I show you guys real quick? So like right here, I go ahead and put this in this corner, and you guys can see there is a gap there that is deciphered by this round disc. The larger diameter you have, the bigger the bead of silicone you will have. As you can see how nice and straight it is all the way down. So once I jammed that pack full of silicone, I made sure it got in between the glass panels as much as I could. Because when I took the razor blade down, I went ahead and I got in there as far as I could. I cut all the silicone out, came back, cleaned it up, packed it full of silicone, and then I went ahead, took my round tube, and went up the line so it is a nice, pretty bead on the inside of the tank. So you guys can see, big old bead of silicone there. So we are actually ready for water. Actually, I misspoke there. I still have to put a glass cap over these bulkheads in the bottom, which I have. I just have to cut it to size. So I will silicone them in place right on them bottoms right there. So I get those 4 capped over. I can then fill this thing with water, but I want to do one better, and I want to go ahead and build a canopy for it to match that tank and actually use it as a type of brace and make this tank look way more presentable. I went ahead and took silicone and I filled in this corner so you know you don't cut yourself. The outside piece of glass did chip away a little bit, so I went ahead and reshaped this corner with silicone. There's nothing structural to it, it's physically just aesthetic. Then I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of trim and cover this whole thing up right here, so this is much more presentable. And then I can go ahead and get a piece of plywood and probably magnet it on so I can use the bottom for storage, and this tank when you walk in won't look like such a eyesore. Bam! So there's our 4, basically my plugs I'm going to silicone in each one of those 4 bulkhead holes. I'm going to set them up here. Over here I've got 4 caps, because if you look inside the overflow, there's 2 bulkheads inside each overflow. So I'm just going to, actually there's a bulkhead missing in that one, but I got 4 caps here, so I'm going to go ahead and just cap them off so we can fill this tank all the way up, and then we're going to use FX5s and 6s to go ahead and filter this tank, which I can take a couple off of that 550 down there, have this tank instantly seated, and then put some new FX5s and 6s on that tank to start the cycle on those filters. Alright, so I wasn't quite happy with today's production, so I went ahead and cut my square patches. I went ahead and silicone those in as well, and they are being weighted down with them boards. You don't need much weight on them. I just wanted something there to keep the downward pressure on the silicone while it cures. So 24 hours, that'll cure, and then I'm saying it's ready for water. So what I have to do is basically put these caps in each of the bulkheads. So that's 4 there, and then there's 2 holes right there, which I have the bulkheads here. I just have to install and cut. But looking at them patches, you guys are probably wondering how I did it, so I will insert a clip here. Okay, so here's what this looks like. See, there's a round ring right around the hole. I left a channel, another ring with a C, and then dots in each corner. What that's going to allow me to do is put this down, and I can work them air bubbles out. You push it out, and you work it all the way around, getting all that air out. All right, that was pretty awesome. Now what we're going to do, we're going to let this cure for 24 hours. And then in that time, I'm going to go ahead and get this plumbing done. So that shouldn't take nothing but a few minutes. And then tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and water test this. And we're going to show that other guy, wait a minute, I did it in flip-flops too. But we're going to show that other guy how you do a silicone job, get it right the first time. And I'm telling you, there's going to be no leaks in this bad boy. and this is going to be straight set up for quarantine. So when you walk in this room, you have this 450, the 90, 75, 75 stacks, 125, 40s, the 550, and then of course you have this 75 down here, which soon we will have both of these open and it'll be upgraded to the 135 racks. So I think that's pretty awesome. Lots of exciting things coming up for Ohio Fish Rescue. Stay tuned. We got some awesome videos coming for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to see more crazy adventures with the Ohio Fish Rescue, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys will, go ahead and check out some of them playlists that pop up above my head. Check out some of our other videos. And remember, stay fishy, my friends.